Green Bay at San Francisco. San Francisco is a 9.5 point favorite. This was my exact decision. I still love it. I love it even more because the majority of the bets, meaning the squares, are coming in on the Packers. They are a public dog. I'm so thrilled about this. Just the value on this team is inflated. This team should be a 11, 12 point underdog in this spot. And we have seen this too many times with a team coming in hot and then getting demolished. They are one of the youngest teams in the league. They're just happy to be here. This is all a surprise to them. In November, they were on the outside looking in. They needed a run in the last 2 months of the year just to get to this spot. The Niners have the best shot to win the Super Bowl they have had during Kyle Shanahan's reign. There's no dominant team in the AFC, right? So to me, remember, the Packers lost to the Giants second half of the season, lost to the Steelers second half of the season, gave up 30 points to the Panthers second half of the season. I'm betting the Niners. I might even be tempted, Simon, to take some of the alt lines. Niners minus 21 plus 335, minus 24 plus 486. I'm going to sprinkle. I feel so good about this game. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
I think the first call I got when we got off our call on Tuesday was a buddy or a pro saying, Chad, as soon as you guys said take the 49ers minus 10 and move to 9.5. I said, yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, it's just, we love it. Like the more I dive into it, I'm with you. And then I read Evan's piece about, Shanahan as a home favorite, big favorites like this. It's all there. Like I have no fear in taking this number. I feel like you nailed it too, where we're getting a good number just because of what happened last week with Dallas. Like that blowout. Yeah, I went back and watched the tape. It's like Jordan Love is next level right now. Like his confidence is out of this world, and that's the way they stay in this. And that's why the pros are backing a little bit of this Green Bay team is because of that. It's like at the 10, I understood why. It's like, okay, you're hoping for a backdoor Jordan Love because that's what I'm in agreement with you. It feels like this 49ers offense is going to absolutely roll on this Green Bay defense. Like there is not going to be a bunch of pick sixes, right? Like I just can't see Brock Purdy having a meltdown like that.
No.
The first 30 plays are going to be totally scripted by Shanahan. So it's like I have no fear at all compared to Shanahan's script with McCarthy's script against that Green Bay's defense. So yeah, Chad, like the fact that we're getting 9.5 again, I kind of wanted to make it my foxhole, but I don't know if that'd be sacrilege. Just because I just love it that it's come down. And it's like I don't mind hitting it again. Like I already bet it again. I used that book I talked about that were like weird enough to give us the -8, where it's like, all right, you sons of I'll be a new customer to your site and bet this number. If that's what you guys want, that's what I'll do. So yeah, it's crazy. It moved like it did. And I'm shocked. Every book is holding steady at 9.5. Like you said, it's the public dog of the week is Green Bay. So the books are saying, all right, we don't want to give anyone else the 10, then we'll just hold it to 9.5. And I'll be interested to see if it pops by game time just because of all the teasers and all the bets coming in on the 49ers, I think, late.
Number one, for the record, I said the Niners were my executive decision at 9.5, not at 10. They were not at 10 on Tuesday when we had the podcast. Number one.
You weren't looking at live numbers, though. I was. It was 10 at Bet365 when you said it. And Matt Mitchell had the graphic up at 10.
Oh, he did?
Correct.
Okay.
I wouldn't lie to you, brother. Come on now.
I wrote it down as 9.5. I didn't write it down as 10.
Yeah, I know. It was just because we were in studio, like you couldn't see, but the live number was 10. That's why Matt Mitchell had it as such, which is
Got
fair.
it. All right, that's fair. Fine, I'll take it at 10. Totally fine. Number one. Number one. Number two, this is a luck over. The luck rankings this past week went 5-1. This is a luck over. And what did I say the other day? I think the final score is going to be 42-14. So we like the over in this game. I'm betting the over. I'm betting the Niners. I'm betting some alt Niners as huge favorites, as high as I can get it at the biggest number I can get it. Um, Here's a great stat. If you like Green Bay to pull the upset, consider this. Since 2011, 18 underdogs won outright in the wild card round. 17 of those 18 lost in the next round. Kyle Shanahan at home and as a favorite in the playoffs, 4-0 straight up and against the spread in both spots. Since 1990, the only coach 4-0 or better in that spot. But here's why I like the 49ers so much this weekend. They have 9 wins of 16 or more points this season, most this year with the Cowboys. 11 wins of 10 points or more this season, most in the NFL. This is just a great spot for this team that is probably the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, and like you said, it took me a minute to come around. I think the biggest one for me is just their defense, where I know the 49ers defense will be able to get stops, and I don't know if the Green Bay defense will. Even if Purdy comes out a little rusty from this extended rest, and they start out sloppy in the first quarter. We've seen it. I mean, even when they played the Eagles, we saw them go on, that run. I think they scored 5 straight times where it's like once the 49ers offense gets going, it's just you can't stop them. And like everyone's healthy. Like just going through their injury report right now, like it's all good. Like it's crazy how, you know, not that I thought McCaffrey was going to miss time, but like he was banged up towards the end of the season. I mean, they
Yeah.
held him out. They pulled him out of the game because I think he took a shot right on his knee. And it's like they got the rest. All their guys are good to go. It's so crucial getting that 1 seed, especially a team like this that's so physical. So yeah, couldn't have picked a worse spot for Green Bay to walk into, especially when they're overinflated, like you talked about. It's just the line moved too much based off what happened last week. It's like I do think Green Bay is good. I think they are. I mean, it's crazy to say I would have them higher rated, obviously, than a bunch of teams. Like even the Eagles, who were ahead of them, it's like they've passed them, right? Like how they're playing right now, they are a better
Yeah.
team than the Eagles that we're playing. So nothing but respect to Green Bay and what they've done this season. It's just a bad spot against a really high powered offense with the 49ers. And I just can't see how they keep this one close. So I get what you're doing the alt line stuff and betting all that. But yeah, like the fact that you're getting 9.5, that makes me so happy everyone can get that number now just because the public have bet this down.